Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about something I'm very passionate about when it comes to raising kids, and that is using more questions as a response instead of an answer. So, when we raise kids, obviously we love our kids, we want them to have a great life, we want everything to be easy for them, and we want them to grow up to be smart and educated, and we want to give them as much information as we can. But then, if we think about it, what techniques do teachers use at school when they teach children day in, day out? They'll have you ask questions, or they'll have you do research, where basically research, online research, is asking a question. You ask Google. So the question is, why don't we do more of that as parents? Now, I'm definitely not referring to asking them questions about things that the parents should decide, like the daily schedule and what time to do homework or what time to go to sleep. But I'm talking about when the child asks you a question about something that you had to learn and allowing them to explore the opportunities that a question arises instead of just splurging out the answer. So I'll give you some examples. Daddy, why does this doing that? Oh, that's an interesting question. Look around and tell me what you think it might do. So you're encouraging them to develop their imagination, and even if they don't get to the right answer, that doesn't matter. You can always say, oh, that's a great idea. Well, it works a bit differently because it actually does this and that. So you're not saying, oh no, you're wrong. You're kind of encouraging the fact that they use their own imagination to try and figure out what something does. And after that, you can guide them in the right direction. Another good question is why, right? There's a lot of why. Oh, why are we doing this? Why are we going there? I always tend to ask back and say, why do you think Daddy did that or I did that? What do you think might be a reason for me to do that? So it's definitely arousing their thought and imagination process by asking leading questions. And so sometimes they'll come up with crazy kooky ideas and you're going to either have a laugh or really enjoy listening to it. And other times they might say something that you pick out that is wrong. But I think the important thing is not pointing out that is wrong in a harsh manner, but more like, oh, wow, I like that. I like that direction of thinking. I didn't think of that, for example. So you kind of give them confidence in the ideas that they came up with, whether they're right or wrong, and then kind of leading them into the right direction again, saying, well, it is actually doing this and this and this and this and that. But now the exploration already feels great because you've commanded them and complimented them on using their brain and their imagination and by trying to do it themselves. So even if afterwards you imply that that wasn't the right answer, it won't matter that much. Their experience will be like, ooh, I tried and I got a compliment. I think it helps instill in the child self-confidence, self-trust, and keeps alive that thrill to try it out, something that we sometimes lose as we grow up because we're afraid to fail. And of course, resilience. So whatever it is they're doing, let's say if you're building a Lego car and they're asking you, oh, Mom, what is this piece? Because they kind of got stuck and not knowing what to do with it. And you encourage them to say, let's have a look. Can you see anywhere on the page, of the instructions where you can recognize this piece? Let's find it together. Making it into an operation instead of just looking up yourself and finding the answer for them and saying, oh, there it is. And not to mention that it prepares you for the world because it gives you tools of research and problem solving. So I personally think it is a great way to go. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think otherwise or if you've got any other cool suggestions and I'll do my best to respond as always. In the meantime, I'll see you on the next vlog.